Hey guys, welcome back to Swatchfest. Yep, today is a traditional style Swatchfest where we're going to swatch through 5 random polishes from my stash. My Swatchfest stash is pulled from polishes that I just buy here or there. They don't really belong to a particular collection that I'm reviewing, but I still want to swatch these polishes with you. This week coming up is going to be crazy. So yesterday we had Friendsgiving, which was so fun. Tim cooked turkey for the 10 of us adults that came to this Friendsgiving, and then everybody brought dishes and we just had a super great time hanging out as adults. Then of course this next weekend is going to be Thanksgiving, which means my family is coming up. Tim's cooking another turkey. His favorite thing right now is to smoke everything, which is fantastic for me because I love like barbecue anything. It's definitely one of my favorite kinds of foods. I have to say, especially since my cooking duties for next week's Thanksgiving is more like side dishes, I'm not too worried about that. My focus is actually on Black Friday because Black Friday rocked my world so hard last year. I just didn't know how it was gonna go. Now I've been through a year of it and now I know how it's gonna go. We're gonna be running the same deals as last year, and so I'm just trying to get prepared for that because it's going to be really fun and really crazy, and I'm getting pumped to do Black Friday shopping of my own as well. So this next coming up week is going to be insane, and then once that week is done, you guys, we're pretty much into December, which is just blowing my mind. This month, granted we just passed the halfway mark, but this month just is flying by. Still constantly in my thoughts and prayers, I am worried and thinking about all of the victims of fires in California recently, specifically the Paradise City, which is pretty close to where I live. It's about 2 to 3 hours from me, and the devastation that occurred there just has been completely taking over my thoughts. Everyone where I live is doing everything they can to help the victims of that huge fire that basically decimated that whole town. It's absolutely horrifying. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can do a quick Google and see what the town of Paradise looks like now, and it's awful. If you feel so inclined, there are definitely places that you can donate. There are a lot of resources online about that as well. So I've been working on some more de-stash videos, so I have a few of those coming up for you guys. I was hoping to have one edited. It's such a heavy edit that I probably didn't get that up before this video. But it is coming soon. We're going to be looking at all of my Julie G collection and all of my Nicole by OPI collection. So I'm excited to share that with you. Also coming up, we have the Glam Polish Dark Arts collection to look at. We have the Painted Phalanges Traditions collection for Christmas. We have the Night Owl Lacquer Get Glitzy collection and some Black Friday exclusives. So a lot of fun videos that I hope you stop back on by for. So to get to today's swatching, we're going to be swatching through red, pink, orange, and yellow. I have 2 pinks for you today. My A+ polish of the week, it's definitely going to be dividing. It's one of these kind of ugly pretty shades, which is divisive in itself. That term, it just basically means that some people think that it's off-putting and some people think that it's divinely beautiful. So I have one of those kinds of shades in my A+ spot. We're going to go ahead and start swatching with red. So my red today is a Sinful Colors, and this is a matte red that was recently released in an all matte collection, which I didn't end up reviewing for you guys in entirety because I couldn't find all the pieces. We have that all too familiar tale from Sinful Colors where they release a collection but don't make all of it available, so you're continually searching for the hard to find polishes, which is very frustrating for me as a consumer and something I definitely don't enjoy about the brand. I love Sinful Colors so much, you guys. They're one of my favorite brands for the price point, due to, of course, making polishes in huge batches and not using very expensive components, but it still makes it very available to the masses of us who enjoy nail polish. In any case, this is Rebel Yell, and it's a perfect 1-coat matte red. I thought this was beautiful. It's so easy to apply. You only need 1 coat, and because you're wearing it matte, you don't even need to wait for the top coat to dry either. Matte polishes, because you aren't using top coat, sometimes do chip a little bit faster, but for me personally, I like to change my nail polish very frequently, so it doesn't matter too much if I'm getting chips in my polish. So I'm going to swatch this for you. I'm going to do 2 coats, but you really only needed 1. So this is Rebel Yell. next polish we're going to look at is a neon. This is a neon pink from FingerPaints. FingerPaints does really, really great neons. This we know. This is kind of a pink to coral though. It's definitely a hybrid. It's not just straight up pink. And it's really incredibly bright, which is what they do so well. This is very typical of a FingerPaints neon though, in that it's kind of streaky. It gets opaque enough that if it weren't streaky, I could just do this in 2 coats, but I ended up having to do a 3rd coat just to make sure that there wasn't any patchiness. This polish is called Flash Lightning. I feel like it would be a great go-to for a neon of the shade. Wasn't my favorite thing ever, no, but this problem that neons have is pretty typical for mainstream brands. So I did still like it, especially since I got this on clearance at Sally Beauty, so I didn't spend too much money on it. So all things considered, I did think this was an okay polish. So you guys, we haven't talked about movies and TV in a long while. So a few that I've seen lately that I really did like. I, of course, loved Bohemian Rhapsody. It gets a little slow in the middle, but I loved it because I love Queen. I love Freddie Mercury. I felt like I learned even more things about his life that I didn't really know. Granted, it's not like documentary, and almost nothing you watch anymore is unbiased, but I really did enjoy it. It gets slow in the middle, but it's great. I also saw A Star is Born. Really, really loved. For the same, like the musical quality, you get so much music, such beautiful rich sound. I was told I needed to see it in IMAX to get like a really good sound quality. I did not. I saw it in a regular theater. It was fantastic. It is a very sad movie. So I went to go see this with Tim and he didn't know it was going to be sad, and he left feeling super bummed out. So I should have prepared him for that. So if you haven't seen it, just know it's sad. Hopefully that'll help you process. It's a rough movie. It's beautiful. Anyway, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper did a really, really great job. I just rewatched Crazy Rich Asians at home. Now that it's available for streaming, I did think that show was really, really cute. Also, the other day I was watching this commercial where this woman, she was on her elliptical and on her bike, and there was a trainer on her screen that was like, come on now, come with me. And she was like following along with this virtual ride she was doing, but from the comfort of her own home. And in the commercial they make this seem like, whoa, this is just so cool and you need to pay the $3,000 to get this and all this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? YouTube. I'm sure there are people on YouTube that are already doing this, and this made me really excited because in my home for exercise, a lot of the times I jog. I jog with one of my favorite fitness channels, which is Paula Bowers, and I just jog in place with her while she talks with me, or I listen to music, or I listen to my audiobook. Anything that's the same over and over can get kind of monotonous. So I did a quick search and I found this channel, and I've been showing you guys on my Instagram stories, but in case you're not over there with me and you are similar to me and you like to exercise in your home because you can't leave, whether it's due to a child being there that you need to be with, that's my case. This channel is called Treadmill TV, and there's like 117 videos on the channel, and there's, I'm sure, more channels that do the same thing, but I've been enjoying this channel. I'll get to the point in a second why this reminds me of Crazy Rich Asians. But it's like a GoPro first-person style shot video where you're running or jogging or walking, whatever you want to do, or riding your stationary bike along these trails, along these paths, along these routes all over the world. And this one that I did really recently was of the Singapore. It wasn't like out in nature trails or anything, which some of them are. Some of them go through these beautiful nature trails or along the beach. This one took me through the Singapore city, and I got to see a lot of the landmarks that are featured so heavily in Crazy Rich Asians to make you feel like you're really in Singapore. And it was so fun, you guys. So if any of you are like me and need a resource like that to kind of help you mix it up, and you also really love travel, you love sightseeing, things like that, nature, I really love this kind of video on YouTube. YouTube is just so fantastic for so many things. There are definitely a lot of negatives, but I've just recently found another thing that is a real positive for me, and I really appreciate that, and I want to share with you guys. That's what made me think of that. Crazy Rich Asians. Okay, so next up is my second pink. We're just gonna go ahead and put it in right here because we were just talking about pink. So this is Spice of Peruvian Life, and this is one of the Peru exclusives. It was exclusive to either Sally or Ulta. Like I said, some of the polishes I talk about are a little bit harder to get. My A+ polish is probably going to be one of those as well for you. This is just a slightly, it's what I have on today. It's a slightly warm mid-tone pink. It's pretty. For a non-pink lover like myself, this is definitely not a necessity. I felt like it needed 3 coats to not be streaky. So is this a must-have that you need to search down? No, I don't think so, especially since OPI has like actual a million pinks. I don't think you need to hunt this down. To quote Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that. Alright, this next polish was almost my A+. I really love it. So if you don't care for the polish I show you next, take this one as my high recommendation for you. It's also probably a lot easier to get your hands on. This is a KL polish. This is the shade Cha Cha Cha. They recently had a pretty big sale. Was it like a 40% or something? And I hadn't shopped from them. I noticed when I went on their website, I don't think I picked up anything for a whole year. There was a whole year's worth of collections for me to look for things, and I only bought polishes that fell in this side of the rainbow, red, pink, orange, or yellow, so that I could help fill this side of the Swatchfest bin. I'm really glad I picked this up. It's just a very beautiful, spicy, not quite gingerbread, it's more orange than that. It's just a really lovely burnt orange shade, and it was a 1-coater. I had forgotten how wide the KL polish brush is. It's very wide. Maybe my brush was just, no, I don't think that this brush is wonky in any way. It's just a very wide brush. I don't ever feel like I hear people complaining about KL Polish's wide brush like they complain about other wide brushes. Anyways, this is also a 1-coater. I'm showing you 2 coats because so you could watch me swatch it more and see the beautiful formula, but I really like this polish. Oh, speaking of wide brushes, Zoya sent me some of their Z wide brushes. I was talking with you guys about this, whoops, was it last Swatchfest? They came out with this Z wide brush, which basically is like Zoya wide brush. And you can purchase these on their website. Basically, when you get them in their little package here, it's the cap and the brush. So the idea is that if you like this brush, like if you want to try one and see if you like it, it's really not that wide. It's not as wide as the KL brush that I just showed you, and it's also not as wide as the recent Essie change. So Zoya isn't changing their whole brush like Essie just did. They're just giving you the option. So if you really like this and you want to buy, you know, whatever number, to switch out with their regular brush, which I have never thought, oh, the Zoya brush is so skinny. It's never bothered me. So I'm putting it in right now into a Zoya base so that we can take a look at it in a clear bottle of polish, because last week in Swatchfest, the comment that I heard from you guys is that this brush doesn't actually fit with their bottle. The comment being that it doesn't actually go down to the bottom of your bottle, so you won't actually be able to get all the polish that you could normally get. Now, the first thing I noticed when I screw it on is that the cap doesn't go flush to the edge of the bottle like the regular cap does, and that just tells me that the brush doesn't quite go up as high into the cap so that the cap can't sink down as low. I feel like that's something that a person could just easily get used to. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you here in the clear bottle. That's how far down the Zoya Z-Wide brush goes. Now I have a glossy seal that has the traditional brush in it, and so I just want to show it to you side by side. I hope that the lighting is okay. If it's not, I will take a picture of them separately and put them side by side for you. So from what I can see, it's actually barely different. It's like the tiniest little bit of difference, which is maybe enough to disappoint some of you, but it's actually, I don't think it's gonna bother me. So far for me, I am enjoying this Z brush because I personally enjoy a wider brush. Now, whether it's worth it to you to spend an extra $2 to get the brush to put in all your bottles, I don't know that it's necessarily worth it, especially given that these brushes and caps probably price out for less than 25 cents a piece. But there's all the packaging and then the handling, and anyway, that's of course up to you to decide, but I hope that that was helpful. So for yellow today, I pulled this polish from Paint and Polish, and I ended up choosing it as my A+ polish. Now this is definitely gonna be not so great for some of you because it does have some interesting color combinations in here, but I really thought it was beautiful. So this is a mustard shade from Paint and Polish called Cobra Clarity, and it has gold to pink to green to blue, ultra chrome flakies in there. But the combination of the mustard, it's a very yellowy mustard. It's like almost a yellow-green mustard. Combination of that with all those other colors can look a little strange, possibly. But if what you're looking for is a really different looking polish, then you'll probably really like this as I did. The formula is really lovely. It's really easy to get this opaque, and there's a ton of flakies in here. So I really, really liked it. I actually purchased this for my girl Stacy. I was sending her all the mustard things for her birthday because she loves mustard. She actually has a recent video up on her channel, Stacy Perrin, about mustard polishes if you're interested in seeing more things mustard. But then I remembered that she already has this after I received it from Paint and Polish, and so I decided to keep it myself. So anyway, we're swatching through it today. I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 coats. Alright guys, so it is the end of the video, so we're going to choose a Swatchfest winner. I also wanted to let you guys know that next Saturday will be another live Swatchfest and chill / all the giveaways video. Because of Black Friday and because of the holiday weekend, I knew I wouldn't really have time to prepare a video like this, which is again another edit heavy kind of video. Anyway, so we will do that next Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you need a break from all of your family staying with you, if they're still there on Saturday, come hang out with me at 12 p.m. and maybe you'll win some fun indie polish. So I wanted to let you know about that. For that reason, we also won't choose polishes today for next week's Swatchfest because that isn't a swatching video, it's just a chat and a giveaway kind of video. I already told you about all of the videos I have coming up next, so we will go ahead and pick a winner here for Swatchfest. So if you're new, every Saturday I pick a winner to get 6 random polishes from me. I'm also going to throw in some of these Zoya Z-Wide brushes for whoever the winner is. I'll probably do that for a little while because they did send me a handful and I don't really need to keep all of them. So I want to share them with you guys so that you can see what the whole dealio is. So last week we had 158 comments. My random number generator tells me that the winner is number 89. So I will count through here and find the comment number 89 that is asking to be entered into the giveaway. To enter today's giveaway, just comment down below. Let me know that you would like to be entered. Make sure that you are subscribed and that your subscriptions are public. If your subscriptions aren't public, I can't even check to see if you are subscribed, which is pretty much the only rule of this giveaway, is to be subscribed. So make sure you follow my one rule. Okay, so I'm gonna count through. So today's winner is Sparker. Congrats to Sparker. I was asking you guys what your favorite holiday movie is, and Sparker says she loves The Holiday, which I love it too. I watch that movie a few times a year for sure, but definitely every holiday season. So Sparker is our winner. Just send me an email to my business email in the description bar below and I will find out where I can send your prizes. So congrats and good luck to everyone in entering this giveaway. I really wish that you all have a fantastic next week, that everyone stays safe and sound, that you enjoy your family or friends that are gathering with you, whether you're having a Friendsgiving or a traditional Thanksgiving with family. Really hope you enjoy the time and everyone have a safe Black Friday. I don't go out on Black Friday ever as a rule after having some really horrible experiences. People are just crazy rude. So I do my shopping online. That's how I prefer it. So anyway, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy your holiday week. The kids are all home from school. What am I gonna do with myself? I just don't know. Anyway, you guys, thanks for being here for this video. I love and appreciate you and I appreciate your time. I hope this helped to serve to relax or calm you after your crazy day. And I will see you back for the next video very soon. Take care until then. Bye.